Alright, last time I said we were going to be bullying pirates. Let's go bully some pirates. Let's just get straight started in here. Alright, it looks like they're already killing stuff. That's going to be a kite. We could probably tear that up. Yep, free things. Hey, I forgot we had those. Which is usually why I immediately do stuff. Lots of kites being ejected out of these. Looks like the neutrals are really killing stuff. I don't want any kites in my fleet. They just die immediately. That is a Cerberus. Couldn't get them. That's fine. I don't really miss out. In the past, I did use a whole bunch of Cerberus and Hounds. Ooh, an Enforcer. Oh. He was broken. But like I was saying, in the past, I used a bunch of Cerberus and Hounds. That's a kite. And they died a lot. Like, an amazing amount. Hold on. There we go. I wanted to close that. Thanks. And it was bad. They were just constantly dying. All the time. That is a normal relay. Are these guys chasing more pirates? I can't tell. No, they're just leaving the system. Well, let's go up here. There's a pirate planet with stellar mirrors. I could go pick on that. We got plenty of supplies. And the more supply use we lower, the better we do her. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm really bad at joke stuff. I could just take that relay. It doesn't cost me anything, right? Just to take control of it. Install a comm sniffer. Proceed. Yeah. Pirates are hostile. If I turn my transponder off, can I get closer to you guys? There's nothing really to do against you. You aren't trade-worthy. Yeah. Even if I take your stuff off of your dead body, I can't really trade with you. And these guys aren't going to be happy with trading with me, are they? No? Well, they will. You guys have any... Ooh, they have supply issues. Oh, sweet. So this stuff sells for nothing. It sells for nothing. How about weapons? Well, the weapons are a little bit higher in price. Just a tiny amount. So I could sell that. They don't want the armor, though. They probably want... Yeah, supplies. Supplies and fuel. That's what they want. Apparently they're... Oh, they are really high on crew. I could get some extra crew. What's this right here? A missile autoloader. Do I have the money to take it? I don't. I don't even have the money for the crew. We'll sell you the auto pulse, though. Yeah. Definitely that. And the rest, I guess I'll just keep. Because I don't really want to sell the rest of this. Alright, well that kind of sucks, because I was kind of hoping I could buy some stuff here. Let's check out and see what ships you got. Really ain't got anything worthwhile. I can't check out the pirate military, obviously, because they don't like me, but that's fine. And there's nothing really worthwhile in here either. Cool. Not like I can afford it, but whatever. Now, question. What? Oh, drop off a spy satellite over hegemony space. Ragnar complex for 49,000 bucks. You know what? I'll take it. What does this lady want? Same thing, huh? Move 45 units of recreational drugs to Tigra. See, the sad part is Hegemony already has a really bad habit of scanning everything that I do. I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to be surprised if they just immediately try to scan it out. And these are mercenaries, 45 suits for quite a bit of money. I don't really like that. Do you have any officers? You do, and the officer is aggressive with combat, endurance, and targeting analysis. I like. I'll take. Thank God. Alright. Aggressive captain. We could put you in the Sunder. You're not reckless. We could stick you on something else, like the Shade. Yeah. You're probably the Shade. Combat endurance, that'd be great for it. Target analysis, not really useful. Yeah. We'll stick you in the Shade. If the Shade ever gets blown up, we'll pull her out of it and stick her in something else. Alright, so we have to go to... God, what's it, Valhalla? Ragnar Complex? Yep. Alright, is there a place over here we can jump out? No, the closest one is back this way. You guys are lucky. I don't want to blow up that relay just yet. Actually, you know what? We're going to blow up the relay. I think it's going to make everybody mad. I wish it would tell you who you're going to make angry with doing this. The pirates will see this as an act of war. The poor pirates. Okay, only the pirates got mad. That's fine. I'm fine with that. We're already at war with the pirates. I thought the Persian League might dislike it, but it seems like they didn't really care all that much. Which is fine for me. I don't really care if I anger them at all. Turn on our transponder because we're going the way of the hegemony, and they're going to scan us immediately because they're just those kind of annoying people. You ever see those like memes where it's basically like people going to prison or going into like an airplane place? Hold on, brain fart. Airport, yeah, and immediately someone has to like shove their hand up their butt. Ragnar Complex. Which one is that? Way over here. Okay. Are you coming to me? No. They slap on the little glove. They have to, like, check your butt. Yeah, that's 100% what these guys make me feel like every single time. It's always like, oh, we gotta check your butthole, see if you have anything hidden in there. Alright. I'm being tracked by a fleet nearby. Is it the civilian fleet? Why does a civilian fleet count? Is this a joke? This is stupid. I could easily drop this off, but these guys are just being jerks. Yeah, and they've caught me again. Are you kidding me with this? Go away! Returning to Ragnar Complex. Just get lost. Holy crap. Alright, now, the drugs. Drug lady wanted us to go down to, like, what? You know what? We'll do it this way. Smuggling drugs, Samira. And she wanted it to... what? Tigra City. Okay, cool. We're gonna go this way. We got plenty of supplies. Alright. Turn that on, and then just start moving. Well, no, dark mode, because I don't want to bounce off these clouds. It always annoys the crap out of me, because you'll be going straight into it, and it'll just bounce you in some random direction super fast. We are burning through fuel, though. Alright. Now, we just got to fall out kind of close to Tigra. Which shouldn't be super difficult. That's not Tigra. That's not Tigra. Hold on. Oh, Samara's further on. Okay. That's Galatia. Slow down right here. Tigra, Tigra, Tigra. This is saying it's close to Tigra. Turn on the transponder, because we're going to jump out, and I already know that Hegemon is going to be like guarding all entrances near this place. Eventide, Tigra City. Luckily for me, it looks like it's right next to the asteroid belt, or right inside of it, which will make it even easier to get this stuff in. Alright. And then we go ahead and go dark. Are you serious? Talk your way out. Yeah, fuck off. They made a beeline straight for me. Before they could even see me, because I was outside their range when they were coming right to me. So the game did that on purpose. Alright. Float away a little bit. Turn on the transponder. And of course, suffer damage from the asteroid impact. God. This stuff always annoys the hell out of me. What is this? Converted fighter bay. Don't care. How much you get? Even less than the last place? Well, take it. So I don't blow you up and immediately declare a war on you guys. I'd lose, but I'd still do it. I'm not known for my sane choices. You got nothing here that I want. Let's sell some heavy machinery. Hold on. How... Alright. What else do you got? Defensive targeting array? I'll buy it. In fact, you know what? You guys weren't mean to me. You can have that. That's twice the cost. Holy crap. Thank you. That is kind of expensive. Yeah. Got any quests? Military bounties? Not really a fan of doing bounty stuff. And you don't have anybody to hire. There is Eventide over here. We can go to Eventide and Sphinx. Yeah. We're not any more quests. We'll go to Eventide and see if they have any quests. Oh, Hegemony keeps running at me as fast as they can. We see you! We're gonna scan. That's how we get our jollies off. If you can't tell, I really, really dislike Hegemony. And it's their own fault, too. It's not even like I do anything half the time to cause this level of infuriation that they cause to me. Black market. Nothing in here. Your supplies are relatively cheap, but still kind of expensive, and your fuel is relatively cheap. What do you got to sell for? See, I kind of like the Eagle. We are going midline this time, but I don't really feel like the Eagle would be a piratey vessel. Not like I have the money for it anyhow. We're kind of close. We could get this Eagle, but again, I don't really feel like the Eagle would be a good piratey vessel. Like, even if you're going like privateer route, I guess you could say like, you know, privateers would use the Eagle. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel it. You know, it's a really expensive Falcon P. There's a Manticore. It's not a pirate variant though. All right, let's see if you have any good missions, and the answer is looks like it's gonna be a no. 3,730 units of domestic goods. Holy crap. I don't think I can carry all of that at once. I have 1,266 units of cargo. You'll pay me 180,000 credits in 100 days. And it will take a month to get there and back. So it would take me over 3 trips. I can't do that. Decline the offer. Hold on. Is there like... I definitely know there's not going to be an Atlas here that I can do this with. There is a Colossus. But, of course, the storage is broken. So, that would give me like 1,000 beefed up. It's not enough. Yeah. I can't carry 3,000 cargo of something. We'll go check out the other planet over here, Sphinx. Because there's a chance Sphinx could have something. I like how the Independents took that over and they don't even have a system here. Oh, no, they do. Right there. I was about to say. Anyhow, so yeah, we'll go check and see if they have something really good, like maybe an Atlas. An Atlas would be able to take it. But our current combat Atlases obviously do not have the cargo capacity, and for our fleet, we definitely do not have the cargo capacity to grab something like that and transfer it. Hey, we got our monthly income. Our little stipend of cash. Alright, repair my ships. I don't know what we did that made them need repairs, but okay. And there's nothing in here. What about this thing? Integrated targeting? Well, we don't need that. Anyhow, fleet. Let's look. They got a really nice Eagle 14 here, but it's over 200,000 bucks. Black market. There's a Dominator. I feel like Dominators would be more piratey, you know, all the DACA. But no trade ships. They do have mules, which are 250 each, but that's just not enough for, you know, a trade fleet. What are Moras? I mean, I know what Moras are, but I mean, like, what their cargo hold capacity is, which is only 100. Yeah, so it just doesn't look like that's a possibility. I'm not going to be able to do that quest. How about any quests in here? No location of a Thunderwing blueprint. Well, I don't want Thunderwings. Do you have... You do have an officer, and the officer is steady. Not my type of man. We'll go check out the neutrals. We're right here, and they're friendly. Hi guys, you like me, right? You do not have an officer. Okay, security codes. No. Alright. And I'm not really seeing anything in here of value for me. What is this? Resistant flux conduits. That's kind of a wonky one. It's really the flux dissipation rate that increases by 25% that's kind of useful. I'm not a fan of EMP damage decreased by 50%. I mean, you could build like a Paragon with that, because, you know, EMP goes through shields. But in this case, I'll get it because it's cheap. Relatively cheap. But I don't want it. That's not really something I desperately need, but I got the money for it. All right, so we already checked out your fleet, right? Yeah, I don't think we did, but... Oh, there's a Tarsus here. 350. Ugh. Lasher, but it's not a Path Lasher or a Pirate Lasher. You got no pirate stuff here. No, I take that back. You have a Pirate Hound. And a Pirate Cerberus. Not a fan of Cerberus. I don't dislike them. I had an entire run with a lot of them, and you can go back and watch how dreadful that experience was for everybody, including me. Alright, we're going to go back to Galatia and see if they have any quests there. Sometimes they give us stuff like, you know, go rescue the scientist and we'll pay you up front. I love those quests because they pay me immediately, and then I go and waste the money and then just go spend a story point. Why are you flying through the star? Yeah, we got to hit the asteroid that just wasn't a part of the asteroid belt. Cool. I'm kind of surprised that none of these guys just made a beeline straight for us to scan us again. We only had to use one story point for this, for 40,000 bucks. Not great, but better than nothing. Cut across. Don't go the long way. We already hit one. Yeah, I get that it's a video game, but like, how inept do you have to be to slam through an asteroid? The storm I could kind of understand. It's not like you can really help that. And of course we suffered damage from the storm. But the asteroid, it's like you're literally looking at like miles of not having asteroids in front of you. You can probably visually identify an asteroid before you hit it. And yet they're still just like, you know what, I'm going to fly straight into this. Alright, instrument package recovery, too far away. Imprisoned researcher, continue. That's going to be kind of close. Okay. Ludic Church. I'll accept it for 60,000. And magnetic scan. Other side of the galaxy. Yep. Alright, cool. We're not going to do anything about the people. I don't really care. We're going to go check and see if they have anything for sale over here. And then maybe even these guys too. And then we'll go free the researcher. I don't remember if that's a timeline. I don't think there's a time limit to the researcher. No, there's not. You just got to go free them. They give you the money up front to go pay for it. And then you can just use a story point, which gives you a lot more experience to get rid of it. And you usually have to pay nothing. Usually. Sometimes it's a small amount, like 10% of what they paid you. Which is still basically nothing. Hedge money, friendly. I think they start friendly, actually. To be fair. That stuff's expensive here. Alright, not refit. Fleet. They also have a Colossus, which is kind of broken up. Of course, the cargo capacity's busted on it. A very expensive Dominator with 5 D mods in it. Kind of wild how expensive that is for what it is. The Falcon here, which is 30,000 less than normal. I forgot to mod the whole D mod thing. Right, so I realized in the past, it looks like when you go to sell something, the D mods are actually cutting away 20% of the actual price of the ship, and not 20% of the sale price. So as you notice here, it has 1 D mod for this thing. And even though these are built the exact same, it's $11,000 less for selling, right? Because the D mod's affecting the actual full price of the ship and not the sales price, which is already taking a pretty hefty cut. So when you go to sell something, you only sell it for like 20% or something like that. It's not much, right? But when you go to sell it, and then you have the D mod cutting down like another 20%, you're left with like nothing. You're left not selling a ship, basically. You're just giving it away for pennies, and it's kind of pathetic. Like, look at this. 10,000 to 3,000. 6,500 off. Well, 7,500 off, my bad. Just for what? 1 D mod? That's less than half the price for a single D mod. That means, like, if you're going to capture ships and sell them, you wouldn't get any money off of it. It's really, really bad. But anyhow, Buffalo, a 300, but it's minus 100 because its cargo's broken. Great stuff. Yeah, so if I wanted to go the trading route, I probably have to end up going with these Colossi. 300 each? Oof. Yeah, not good. I'm just not a fan of the Colossus Mark III. You can make them work with the fighter bays, but they're rough around the edges. Alright, let's see if you have any quests. People who are willing to get bought for 10,000 bucks. No. and then we'll go hit up the Independence, and we'll start heading towards the guy who is currently behind bars and needs us to go rescue him from the church. As everybody knows, the church are just evil, evil people. I mean, they really are. They're kind of like the Catholic Church, but they're Luddites. Which is funny to think about. They're afraid of technology, but they use space technology. They travel around in space in bubbles. Yeah, it doesn't have to make sense. It just is what it is. Religious people, religious nut jobs, not religious people. Religious nut jobs tend not to make any sense anyhow. Oh. Integrated targeting. Definitely we're going to get that. I don't really care about the converted fighter bay, but yeah, definitely going to get integrated targeting. Heck yes, like just instantly. I don't care about anything else you got. Actually, I do. What's your supply cost? Jesus! Double the cost. Fuel's like triple the cost. That is insane. And you're down on the heavy machinery. Oh, man. You know what? I'll sell you 50. Boom. We just made the money back we just got from selling that one thing. Oh, God. That mule is 52,000. Everything is much more expensive here. The vigilance is insane, and it's covered in demods. Holy crap. Yeah, this place is having some issues. You need someone to do something, maybe. A great explanation. If you... blah, 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 blah. Around 60 Marines to carry off the operation to hit, what? Eldfell? Which is what? Independence. I'm not hitting an independent place, man. It just ain't happening. The independents are everywhere. They're the last people you want to make angry. Right, like if you want to go to war with like Tritachyon, although there's not a lot of people who will deal with high-tech ships being sold, they're not really allied with a whole bunch of people, and they don't have stations everywhere. Right? Kind of like Dictate. If you want to go to war with Dictate, they have one system. Now, granted, it's going to be completely chock full of people to attack you, but it's one system. I heard something explode up here, and there's something on radar. There is a floating ship now. It's a Shepherd. That was a waste of time. Yep. Oh, well. You win some, you lose some. On very, very, incredibly very rare occasions, you'll find like a cruiser that's been lost in a battle. Usually it's destroyers and frigates, but, you know, that chance that it's a cruiser is actually there. If I'm not misremembering, I believe at one point I did pick up a Atlas super freighter. Got super lucky with that. In the past, I have found ships, although they weren't in the core. I love how I'm just bouncing off these stupid clouds, suffering damage, and getting horrible supply penalties to repair my ships. And we are running out of fuel. Well, you know what? We're right here anyhow. Yeah, we're going to run out of fuel and supplies. Can you please just repair our ship so I don't have to keep doing this? My God, this is awful. Alright, let's go talk to these guys. Yeah, you F off. Repair. Please be cheap. Exactly at normal cost. Okay. Alright. You know what? Give me like 300 of this. And then like 400 of that. Boom. Not great, but it's not going to cripple us. Leaves me with 144,000 bucks. Now, before we go crazy, wrong button. Is this the place where I talk to the guy? This is. Yeah. And you'll give it to us for free, I guess? Maybe? You do an awful lot of talking. Oh, he thinks someone up there. Okay. Or something like that. I'm cool with that. Anybody down here have any quests? You have anything for me now? The possible location of a Tempest blueprint. Now. I don't want to spend a story point on this. Right. I don't want any Tempests, so we're going to skip that. Normally, I would actually advise doing that, because Tempests are good for your fleet, because they're really good frigates, but they're really expensive too. Arms dealer, I don't care. And we'll check out the weathered woman who wants us to, what, deliver food? Under market price of 11 per credit. As pious folks, we need not bother with the church's tariff. Yeah, and guess what? If you pick this up, people will actually come after you. Yeah. I'm not, it's not worth enough money. Yeah. It's just not worth enough. That's really all it is. Advanced gyros and shield conversion front. Not a fan of either one of those. Yeah. The advanced gyros, I'm sure on some ship it could probably make it work. And if you get the S-mod version for it, it's kind of okay. But the shield conversion front, I just don't see that being good for most ships. Maybe Dominator, if you wanted to get like a line of them, or maybe like an Eagle, if you had like a line of them, I could see that working. But not a lot of ships are really going to get a good use out of this. I mean, it's just what locks the Omni Shield emitter to front-facing position and extends its arc by 100%. No, not really. And then with the S mod, it reduces incoming damage taken by 5% to your shields. Woo. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Anyhow, whoa, they got an Invictus here for almost $1 million. I like how it looks like the cost has actually gone up on this thing because of all the D mods slapped on it. Is that what's going on here? No, they're just selling stuff at really crippling high prices. Yeah. Yep, they're just doing crippling high prices. Okay, cool. There's a Prometheus I could buy. I don't really need the fuel capacity, though. Not yet, at least. I know some people will use these things like capital ships, because apparently there is a build for that. I don't really need it for that, though. This pirate mule looks different than normal, which is odd, because it could just be that it doesn't have any D-mods on it, changing how it looks. But they don't normally look so red and yellow. Alright, well, not really seeing anything here that I want. We're going to go ahead and call this episode here, and then on the next episode, I don't know, we'll try to look for more stuff to, more missions to do or something. Hopefully we'll figure something out. Stay tuned!